In my hardcore world, I'm kinda poor. So, to fix this problem, I'm going to collect 50,000 ores. And then mine each one with a Fortune 3 pickaxe to become the richest hardcore Minecraft player ever. Now, the first thing we need to do to mine 50,000 ores is get a bunch of overpowered Silk Touch pickaxes so I can collect the ores. So, to do this, let's make a bunch of diamond pickaxes. Now, diamond pickaxes will not be good enough for all the mining that we're going to be doing. So, let's head into the Nether to get everything we need to upgrade our pickaxes to netherite. We'll start by doing a bunch of strip mining so we can get a bunch of ancient debris. And now that we have all of this, let's try and find a netherite upgrade template. Ooh, a bastion. Let's see if there's a template inside. And aha, perfect. So let's now get out of here with all of this so we can smelt up all of our ancient debris and duplicate a bunch of netherite upgrade templates. Now finally, we can upgrade all of our pickaxes to netherite. And now that we have all of these, we just have to give them the best enchants. And well, the only way to get the best enchants is from librarian villagers. So let's find a village just like this and turn a bunch of these villagers into librarians. Now we have to go through the painful process of getting all the books we need, because not only do we need Silk Touch, but we also need Efficiency 5, Unbreaking 3, Fortune 3, and Mending. So yeah, this is gonna take a while. Okay, so far we have got nothing that we need from these villagers. I mean, why would we want Bane of Arthropods 3? Alright, it's been ages, but these villagers now have the trades we need. So let's get a bunch of emeralds. And finally, buy all the books we need. And would you take a look at that? We can finally put these enchanted books on our pickaxes. Now, although we mainly need Silk Touch pickaxes for collecting all 50,000 ores, I'm also going to have a Fortune 3 pickaxe, which will be used to mine all 50,000 ores once they've been collected. Which is going to be super exciting, because just imagine the thousands of diamonds and other valuables we're going to get. Anyway, now all the preparation has been done, let's get to mining all 50,000 ores. But wait, I don't even have a place to go mining. So let's quickly fix that by gathering a bunch of building materials, and then using these materials, we'll go ahead and make a mining area. Now, not only are we going to build a mining entrance in this thing, but we'll also decorate it so it looks nice. Perfect. Now we can go mining. Now, to obtain 50,000 ores, I'm going to do 5 different mining methods to see which one is the best way to mine. So, for method 1, I'm going to explore caves. For method 2, I'm going to strip mine. Then for method 3, I'm going to use automatic mining machines. Method 4, I'm going to get ores from the nether. And finally, method 5, I'm going to be beacon mining underground with haste 2. So let's get to work with method 1 and find a cave. And well, it looks like we have one right here, I think. So let's go down it and try and find some ores. And ooh, you take a look at that. We found some diamonds already. All right, let's go ahead and grab these. And of course, it's just one, which means all we have to do now is get another 49,999 ores. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. And wait a second, what is going on with you? Why are you not coming at me? Is it because there's lava there? Keep it moving. Ah! Anyway, let's see what else is in this cave. Wait, this is perfect. I've just found a giant iron vein. I will take all of this. I should also really quickly mention that I'm gonna be mining 10,000 ores from each mining method, because there's 5 mining methods in total. So 10,000 ores from each method will bring us to a total of 50,000 ores, which is of course our final goal. Anyway though, let's make sure to get all of the iron out of this thing, because every single ore here counts. Okay, so I think I've mined all of the iron from this thing, and in total we got a stack and a half of iron, which is a really good start. But if we want to make really good progress, we're gonna have to find an even bigger cave, because caves that are massive have so many ores. So I guess not only will we keep on looking for ores, but let's also keep our eye out for a giant cave. Ooh, now it's not a giant cave, but it is a mine shaft. I guess we'll take it. We even have ourselves a minecart with a chest, and although I am really happy to take this golden apple, what I'm more interested in finding in this thing is the ores. So let's go around this entire mine shaft mining all of the ores. Okay, why is there so many zombies here? Like, that is so many. Okay, yeah, that would make perfect sense. Let's just really quickly take all of these guys out, and seeing as we don't need this spawner, we'll just break it. Anyway, let's look in the chests. We have a density 2 book and a bunch of stuff that we don't need. And then in this one, we have a lure 1 book and even more stuff that we don't need. Also, while we are here, I guess let's just go ahead and put even more of our ores in our shulker box. So this is what we are up to so far. And to be honest, it's nothing. We have a lot more ores to go. Okay, more iron and... Wait a second. This is looking very promising. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is exactly what we needed to find. Look at the amount of ores that's in this thing. It's huge. Just when I thought exploring caves was going to be a really hard method to get a bunch of ores, we go ahead and find a giant cave filled with ores. But I mean, the only annoying part about all of this is that there is a ton of mobs in here. Okay, come on, guys. Please leave me alone. All right, now we've taken care of those mobs. Let's get to mining every single ore that we can see in this giant cave. We are about to make so much progress. Oh, wait a second. We found an amethyst geode. You know what that means? We got to break some of this stuff. This is the most satisfying sound ever. Okay, back to mining. Alright, so I've been mining ores in caves for absolutely ages. And well, the progress we have made is pretty crazy. Because if I place down all of our shulker boxes, as you can see, this is all the ores we have collected so far. Almost 4 shulker boxes. Which means all we have to do now is fill up this shulker box here and then these 2 until we can move on to the next mining method. Because having all 6 of these shulker boxes filled up would bring us to 10,000 ores. And of course, we're going to be mining 10,000 ores in each different mining method. So seeing as we don't have that many more ores to collect, let's go ahead and grab all of our shulker boxes and get to work finishing the exploring caves mining method. Now, this shouldn't take too long, seeing as we don't need to get that many more ores. So let's just continue exploring these caves and collecting ores. All right, if my calculations are correct, after mining all of these diamonds, we should be able to move on to the next mining method. So let's mine all of this, and now let's place down all of our shulker boxes to see how many ores we have in total so far. All right, so by the looks of things, it appears we are now at 10,000 ores, which means it's time to move on to the next mining method. And well, the next mining method is of course strip mining. And well, seeing as we're going to be strip mining down here at diamond level, the amount of diamonds we're going to get from this is insane. And oh my goodness, I'm not even making this up. We've already found our first vein of diamonds. Oh my goodness, it looks like a ton. Wait, how many is here? Oh my goodness, 9 diamonds from 1 vein. All right, so now we have these diamonds. Let's go ahead and put them in our shulker box. And oh, wait a second. All of our shulker boxes are already full. I mean, I guess that's fine. We're just gonna have to get more shulker boxes. So let's quickly fly back home so we can place down all of the shulker boxes filled with the ores that we've collected so far. Now, we will be placing all of these ores down later, but for now, they can just go there, I guess. Now, the next thing that we'll do is head into the end portal to start getting all of the shulker shells that we need. Hey! Alright, there we go. 48 shulker shells should be enough. So let's head back home. And now we can turn all of these shulker shells into shulker boxes. Now, we shouldn't need to get any more shulker boxes for a while. Anyway, though, let's grab some of these because it's time to get back to strip mining. Now, this mining method is definitely going to be the most time consuming because not only do I just have to mine in a straight line for absolutely ages, I also then have to stop to mine every single ore that I see. So yeah, this could definitely take some time. But you know what? I'm really going to enjoy doing this. I really don't want to do this. Okay, so we're about halfway into this mining method. I mean, if we go ahead and quickly place down all of our shulker boxes here, as you can see, we filled up these 3 completely with ores, which means to finish this mining method, all we have to do is fully finish filling up this shulker box here and then also these 2 in my inventory. Now, if we go ahead and put all of the ores here that we have in this shulker box, you can pretty much see that this is by far the best method for diamonds. I mean, take a look at the amount of diamond ore that we have. I mean, in this shulker box alone, we have like 5 stacks of diamonds. So yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I am super excited to go ahead and place down all 50,000 ores when we have them, and then go ahead and mine them with a Fortune 3 pickaxe. I am just so excited to do that. But I mean, we still have a long way to go before we hit 50,000 ores. I mean, we're still only on the 2nd mining method, which means we still have 3 more mining methods to get to after this one. So you know what? Let's continue strip mining to make some serious progress. I have been mining for so long, I think I might be going insane. But it doesn't matter because if we go ahead and look in our inventory, we have filled up basically all of the shulker boxes that we need to fill up for the strip mining method, except this shulker box right here. But I'm pretty sure if we go ahead and put all of these ores that we've collected in this shulker box, that will now bring us up to a total of 10,000 ores collected through the strip mining method, which not only means we now have a total of 20,000 ores, but even more importantly, it means we can move on to the 3rd mining method. Now, I mean, to even do the 3rd mining method, we're first gonna have to head home, because for the 3rd mining method, what we're going to be doing is using automatic mining machines. So now that we've made it back home, let's first go ahead and put all of the shulker boxes down filled with all of the ores that we got from strip mining. Now, real quick, just take a look at the amount of ores that we have already. Here is about 20,000 ores. Now, although having 20,000 ores is kind of crazy, the thing is, this isn't even halfway yet. We still have 30,000 more ores to go. Oh yeah, and not only are we going to be placing all 50,000 ores down, we're also going to be mining them with this Fortune 3 pickaxe. So yeah, things are definitely going to be getting crazier. Anyway though, as I said earlier, for the 3rd mining method, we're going to be using automatic mining machines. And well, to build these mining machines, we are going to need a ton of resources, like stone, shroom light, slime balls, coral. And finally, the hardest block out of all of them, we are going to need a bunch of ancient debris. Okay, that should be good enough. So let's now craft all of the other things we need. And just like that, we now have everything we need to build the automatic mining machines. So let's get to work. Now, to build these machines, we're going to have to dig out an area for them. Just like this. And now that we have this space, let's get to building these machines. So to build them, we need to put 3 ancient debris just like this with some blocks behind them. We then need to go ahead and place an observer about here. Then we'll place a piston in front of the observer with a stone brick wall behind the observer and then a slab just like this. And now we actually have to use our slime blocks. And I think what we do is put a slime block here with a block behind it and then another slime block on top. Okay, I think this is looking good so far. Now, in front of this slime block here, we actually need some TNT, and then we also need some of our coral. So if we put our TNT here and then our coral here, we can now actually put a slime block on top of this coral just like that. Okay, perfect. And now once we place this slab here, we're almost done, because at this point, all we have to do is put a few temporary blocks down just like this. And then on top of these temporary blocks, we actually need to get our minecart in place. So if we put a rail here with the minecart on top, we're then able to put a piston just like this and push the minecart on top of this slime block. So I'm pretty sure if we put the redstone torch here and activate the piston, there we go. The minecart and the detector rail are now in position. So at this point, we can now break all of this temporary stuff here. And now all we have to do is build something to activate this machine. So to push this entire thing, we have to put an observer here with a slime block and then sticky piston and then slime block on top. And then on top of all of this, we need to put a piston and then a slime block and another piston. And now all we need to do is get an observer and a note block and place the note block here with the observer here. And boom, we are now done with one of the automatic mining machines. Now, before we build any more of these things, it would probably be a good idea to test it just to make sure it works. So if we press on this note block, what should happen is some TNT should get shot out all the way onto the ancient debris. So let's see if this mining machine works. Okay, here we go. Let's press on the note block and boom. Okay, TNT got shot and there we go. All right, so now that we know that this thing works, let's go ahead and build 10 more of them. Now, to build 10 of these machines, we're going to need to mine out a bunch more space. And now that we have all of this space, let's get to work constructing even more mining machines. And just like that, all of the mining machines are now done. And wait a second, no, the endermen that are spawning in here are moving around all of the blocks from these machines. This TNT isn't supposed to go here. It's supposed to go here. Okay, you think it's funny to move my blocks? Huh? You think it's funny? All right, come here, buddy. Okay, now that we've dealt with that and fixed the machine back up, let's start this mining method. Now, I'm going to go ahead and guess that out of all of the mining methods that we've done so far, that this is going to be the most efficient, just because I feel like we're going to get so many ores revealed to us that we can mine. Anyway, though, let's get to it and turn these machines on. So we'll start with the first one here. And now, I don't know how soon we should turn this one on. Should we do it like around this fast? So we just go all the way down just like this. And then when we get to the final machine, we can turn it on and run all the way back to the first machine to repeat this entire process again. So let's go all the way through again, turning on each machine. And would you just take a look at that? The amount of ores we're getting already is insane. Yeah, I think this is definitely about to be the fastest way to get ores. So let's continue doing it as much as we can to obtain even more ores. Alright, this mining method may be my new favorite way of mining. Not only because it gives me so many ores, but just look how cool it looks having all of this space mined out. Now, I'm also just realizing something. This method gives us so many ores to the point where I have literally missed out on mining so many. I must have just walked past all of this. So you know what? Let's actually make sure we grab all of these ores. And now that we've done that, at this point, there is only one thing left to do. And well, that is to finish this mining method so we can move on to the next one. So let's get to work. Why is there so many creepers here? This can't be normal. This has to be a glitch or something. Uh-oh. Alright, so I'm pretty sure we are almost done with this mining method. So let's just grab the final few ores that we need. Alright, I think this should now be good enough. So let's now go ahead and place down all of our shulker boxes to see if we can now move on to the fourth mining method. So seeing as we need to have 10,000 ores from each method, let's see if we have 10,000 ores here. So I filled up all of these shulker boxes here with ores. Now let's just see if I can fill up this one. So let's put all of our ores in our shulker box and boom. Oh my goodness, we have done it. We have got 10,000 ores from using the automatic mining machines, which means we can finally move on to the fourth mining method, which means we are getting closer and closer to that goal of 50,000 ores. I cannot wait. So you know what? Let's grab these shulker boxes because it is now time to move on to the next mining method. Actually, you know what? Before we move on to the next mining method, we should probably find somewhere to go ahead and place all of these ores down. Now, seeing as we are going to be placing down 50,000 ores, we are going to need a lot of space for them. Now, what I'm thinking we do is we build an island with a giant diamond door on top, and then on top of this giant diamond door, we can place all of the 50,000 ores. Now, to build this, the first thing that we need to get is the dirt for the island, and then we can go ahead and collect all of the random blocks that we need to build a giant diamond door. All right, this is all the blocks that we need, so let's start building the island, and I think right here is the perfect place for it. So let's get to work constructing the island just like this, and now that that's done, let's build an outline for the giant diamond door, and then finally, we'll get to work on building the giant diamond door itself. Alright, just like that, the giant diamond door is now complete. So what we can quickly do for now is move all of these shulker boxes on top of the giant diamond door. And then when we, of course, reach 50,000 ores in total, we will take all of the ores out the shulker boxes and place them on this thing. But to get 50,000 ores, we, of course, need to move on to the next mining method, which is mining ores in the Nether. Now, although this mining method is probably going to be the most easy one to complete, it's also the one I'm most excited for, because just imagine all of the XP that we're going to be getting from all of the nether quartz when we mine it. Oh, and let's not forget about all the gold we're going to be getting as well. Now, hold on just a second. We have ourselves a bastion here. And, well, seeing as we're passing by, we might as well have a look at what's inside these chests. Okay, we have ourselves nothing really that good. So, you know what? Let's just go back to mining ores. And now, seeing as we have around about 30,000 ores in total, and after this method, we should be up to 40,000, I think now would be a perfect time to just hurry up and get this method done. So, let's just get to work mining as many nether ores as we can. Oh my, take a look at the amount of quartz we have here. Yeah, don't mind if I do. All right, we are now basically coming to the end of the nether mining method. And if I'm being honest, this has definitely been the easiest mining method. I mean, getting these 10,000 ores for this method has not taken very long compared to the other methods. But to be honest, I think that's down to two things. I think it's down to the fact that there is just nether ores everywhere. And it's also down to the fact that these ores are extremely fast to mine. Anyway, though, we have all of these shulker boxes filled up with nether ores. All we have to do is fill up this one. So let's go ahead and put our quartz in just like that, followed by our gold ore. Oh wait, it turns out we need one more stack of something, but you know what, that is absolutely fine because we can just go ahead and get a bunch of quartz as easy as this, and that should be enough. All right, take a look at this. We have now completed the nether mining method, and all of this quartz is going to give us so much XP when we mine it with our fortune pickaxe later on. I cannot wait. For now though, let's head all the way back over to the giant diamond ore so we can go ahead and put down all of our shulker boxes. And now at this point, all we need to do is the final mining method, because right here at this point we have 40,000 ores total, which means we just need to collect the last 10,000. So let's do it. And now for the final method, we have the most satisfying one of them all. We are going to be beacon mining with haste 2. Now the only thing is though, to beacon mine, we of course need a beacon, and well, we don't have one. So let's quickly head into the nether to try and obtain 3 wither skeleton skulls so that we can take out the wither to get ourselves a beacon. Now to get 3 skulls, we are going to need to take out a ton of wither skeletons. All right, there's one, there is 2, and yes, finally, we now have 3 wither skeleton skulls. So let's go in and spawn the wither right here. And did you really think I was about to do that? Don't worry, I wouldn't spawn in a wither right in front of our house. But what I am going to do is spawn it underground. So let's go ahead and place down all of the skulls and let's do this. All right, let's go ahead and fight it. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, that actually took a lot of my hearts off. Oh no, okay, yeah, let's back a little bit. Also, we don't have our bow and arrow anymore. It did break, so I don't know how we're going to do this. Oh, wow, we're going to actually have to pop a golden apple. Okay, why is the wither up there? Oh, wait, this is perfect. Do not move, buddy. Okay, yep, this is perfect. Come on, and let's go. We have done it. We have got ourselves a nether star. So what we can now do with this thing is craft ourselves a beacon just like this. And now all we have to do for the final mining method is set this beacon up and get to mining. Now I think the perfect place to put this beacon is right above deep slate level. So we'll go ahead and break out an area so we can fit the beacon just like this. And now we can build the beacon. And then finally, we'll go ahead and give this beacon haste 2. Now earlier, you may have heard me say that this is going to be the most satisfying mining method. And well, let me just show you why I said that. I could do this all day. Now, also, because we are mining so fast, the amount of ores that get revealed to us is just insane. I mean, just like that, we've got some iron and even some copper. Let's also not forget to also be putting all of these ores inside of our shulker box. Oh, and also another thing about this mining method is that because we are mining so fast, the durability of our pickaxe goes down so fast. So let's make sure to keep an eye on our durability so we don't end up breaking any pickaxes. Anyway, though, at this point, we only need 10,000 more ores before we get to 50,000 ores in total. So let's go ahead and get the final 10,000 ores that we need to get up to that 50,000 ores mark. Let's do it. hold up just a second. We could do the most satisfying thing right now. Let's destroy this amethyst geode with haste too. This is definitely the most satisfying thing ever. Anyway, back to mining. We are halfway through this method, which means we only need 5,000 more ores. Let's keep going. Alright, here we go. We are about to hit the 50,000 ores mark. So let's put all of these ores inside of this shulker box. Now take a look at this. We have done it. All of these ores here, combined with all of the ores that we've collected with all of the other methods, we now in total have ourselves 50,000 ores. Now this can only mean one thing. It's time to bring all of these ores back to all of our other ores and mine all 50,000 with a Fortune 3 pickaxe. So let's head home and get to placing all of these ores down. Oh, and also if you've ever wanted to see what 50,000 ores looks like in shulker boxes, well, here it is. Now the most exciting thing about all of this is I wonder how many diamond beacons we're actually going to be able to make out of all the diamonds that we get. And just also how much of everything are we going to get? I mean, there's just so much iron ore here and things like that. Now before we place these ores down, we're just going to have to quickly move the shulker boxes over here. All right, take a look at that. We now have space on top of the diamond ore to place all of the ores. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by placing the rarest ores at the bottom, and the higher we go, the less rare the ores are. So that way we can save the best till last. So because of that, we'll go ahead and start by placing down all of our diamond ore. And as you can see, we have an absolute ton. In fact, not only do we have a lot of diamond ore, we have a lot of every ore. I mean, we have 50,000 blocks to place here. So yeah, I think we should just go ahead and get to work. All right, we're almost done placing all of the ores, and boom. So let's see what 50,000 ores placed down looks like. And oh my goodness. Look how high up it goes. What the? Oh my goodness. Okay, this is too many ores. I mean, is there even such thing as having too many ores? I don't even know. Anyway, though, now that all of the ores are placed down, let's get to mining all 50,000. Also, let's just make sure I'm using my Fortune 3 pickaxe. Okay, yep, this has Fortune 3, so we're definitely going to get the most amount of valuables from doing this. And also, to make things easier, when we're mining things like quartz, I'm just going to turn it all into blocks to make things easier to store. Anyway, though, I have a lot of mining to do. So let's do it. This is going to take forever. Why do I do this to myself? Take a look at that. Just from mining the quartz layer, we've made it to level 108. Anyway, let's keep mining. Here we go. It is now time to mine the layer of diamonds. It has taken so long to get to this point because mining all of the other ores took forever. But here we go. We're finally down to the diamonds. And I'm going to be honest, I'm excited to see how many diamond beacons we'll be able to make. And because of our Fortune 3 pickaxe, we're going to get so many diamonds. I mean, we're literally already on 3 stacks. And we've made like no progress on this layer. So yeah, it's time to get a ton of diamonds by mining all of these diamond ores. All right, here we go. We're down to the last few diamonds. And after breaking this one, we have officially broken 50,000 ores with a Fortune 3 pickaxe. There we go. So let's see how many valuables we got out of mining all of this. So this is all of the quartz we got. This is all the gold we got from the Nether gold. We got quite a lot of copper. Here's all of the coal. And then we got an absolute ton of redstone. I mean, all of this is turned into blocks of redstone. And to make one block, you need 9 redstone. So yeah, you can just imagine how much redstone this actually is. Now let's move on to how much iron we got. Now just take a look at this. Yeah, we're not going to need iron for a while. That's like 6 double chests full. Anyway, though, here we have all of our lapis. Now I had to turn some of this lapis into blocks of lapis, but I mean, for the most part, we've got 8 double chests filled with lapis. Now this is all of the gold we got. And then finally, this is all of the diamonds that we got. It's around about 3 double chests full, but let's turn it all into blocks and see how many diamond beacons we could make. Now, I mean, even just turning all of these diamonds into blocks is going to take ages. All right, there we go. All of the diamonds are now turned into diamond blocks. So now let's place them all down and we can see how many diamond beacons we can make. Okay, so in total, we were able to make 6 diamond beacons, and we still have about 1.5 stacks of diamond blocks left. Now, usually just having 1 diamond beacon would be impressive, but we have 6 of these things now. Anyway, though, I have a lot of ores to smelt. So thank you guys for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.